What's this week's Parsha? Oh, and what should we name it? Ta-da! Welcome back, and as the wind blows in, another insightful Torah video. Thank you for coming and watching. This week's Parshas Bo. Come. Idea of come instead of go. So Moshe said, Hashem told Moshe, come to Pari. So it seemingly makes sense. He shouldn't say come, he should say go. But the idea is that when you say go, right? So it's saying you or someone, and then lech, you should go somewhere else. It's something separate from you. But Hashem was saying that I'm coming with you. It's not two separate things. And that's how we have to, face doing Torah mitzvahs. It shouldn't be there's us and then there's the mitzvah, it's two separate entities, and you're going to mitzvah. Rather, you should put your whole self into the Torah and the mitzvahs and the good deeds that you're doing, that you should be connected to the learning and to the action of the Torah and the mitzvahs of learning. That you should be totally one with it and should be saying separate from you. That's a side thing. But the point is, this week's Parshas Bo. And in Parshas Bo, it talks about, we finished off the last three plagues, the last three makos. And towards the end, when Hashem was eventually going to have Paro send out the Jews from Egypt, he told them a few days before the 14th to take a sheep by the bed. And the point of this is that the Egyptians should ask the question, because the sheep to the Egyptians they served it, and by the Jewish people bringing in the sheep to their house, the Egyptians would ask, why are you doing this? And they would say, they would do it with strength, because it takes a lot of mysterious, never takes a lot of giving up of yourself to go to one of the Egyptians and tell them, we're going to sacrifice one of the sheep, which is a entity that they serve. It takes a lot of guts and a lot of starkheit, a lot of strength to tell the Egyptian, this is what God told us, that we are going to take this sheep and we're going to, give it as a carbon, bring it as a sacrifice. And it's that strength that the Jews had, the guts to answer back, and they weren't afraid of, instead of saying, I don't really want to, Hashem told us, it's not really important, you don't really have to know. No, it was, we're proud of this, Hashem told us to do it, and we're going to do it, and we're not going to have anyone, pull us down or stop us. And the lesson from that, the fact that the Jews had that type of strength and the confidence to do what Hashem wants them to do, even though it's hard. That's how we have to do all the Torah mitzvahs, all the commandments, and all the learning we do has to be with this strength of, Hashem told us to do it, and therefore I'm going to do it. I'm not going to apologize for what Hashem told us to do. I'm a Jew, and I'm going to do the Torah mitzvahs, and I'm not going to let outside things get the better of me. And in this talk, it says, what is the one mitzvah most important, the yesod, the foundation? It's obviously so, it's loving fellow Jew. And in that type of mitzvah, we have to have this strength. That's where this applies. Because we don't have sacrifice today. We're not talking about sacrifices. We're saying a mitzvah today that's a foundational mitzvah is avos. When you do avos, when you love a fellow person, you have to do it with a strength. It shouldn't be like, I'll give this person, help this person out. No, you should want to do it. You should be proud to help another person out. It should be something you want to do. And also in regards to talking to other people, doing Torah mitzvahs and, helping them and teaching them and, helping fellow people out, whether it's to do a mitzvah of Hashem, of giving charity, someone tzedakah, giving someone who needs help monetarily or financially, in the mind. All these different Torah mitzvahs, when you're trying to tell someone what to do or how to do it and help them out, you also have to have the strength. But of course, you shouldn't be severe. Sometimes people will use that as a way to let off some steam and take it off on the other person, as I mentioned in the past. But the idea is it has to be also with a nachas ruach, it has to be with a calm spirit. You have to do it in a nice way. So you should be confident. You should be confident in what you're saying. But you should also say in a nice way. They don't have to contradict each other. And that's the idea that, and then if you do that, and still the person is not accepting it, it means that it's not really coming from a good place in you. I think this concept we've covered in the past, but the idea is that if it says, if it comes out from your heart, they'll enter into the other person's heart. And if the other person is not accepting it, it means it's not really coming from your heart. It's not really coming from a good place in you. And therefore, you have to introspect in yourself and say, okay, do I really want this for the best of the other person? Am I really trying to help the other person? Because if you're really trying to help the other person, then it'll actually enter into the other person. If you really mean it, it comes from a sincere place, it'll get done. And it finishes off in this this teaching that I read, that if you do this, if you have this takeoff, that's the same takeoff, that's the same strength and this confidence that the Jews had when leaving Egypt, and that's what got them out. And they got their final redemption, or they got the redemption out of exile, of years of slavery. And with that strength, that we have that today, we will also be able to have a redemption from the exile today, which is, we have, life is tough, and we don't see godliness openly. It's hard to serve Hashem. A lot of people don't want to do it. But when Mashiach comes and we have the redemption, we'll be able to do Torah mitzvahs in an open way, and we won't feel the evil inclination trying to tell us down and tell us what not to do. We'll be able to do it openly, and it'll be we hope to get there very soon, and hopefully get the final redemption. That comes from the strength of doing Torah mitzvahs and being confident and not letting our guard down. And but obviously, make sure it's a nice way. We don't want to be mean, but by having that strength and that being proud to be a Jew and to be proud to do the Torah mitzvahs, that's going to lead us up to the final redemption. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you understood. If you didn't understand, please leave a question in the comments and say, I didn't understand this. And hopefully I will try to answer your question. In English, that's question. Okay? See you later. And sei gesund. Be well. And see you next time.